All right. Welcome back to the Chopping It Up podcast, y'all. Of course, your co-host, Chartel.
And me, Ferris, man.
And this is a bittersweet episode because this is our official season 1 finale.
That's it. Damn.
And I know. Can you believe it, friend?
Come a long way. It's crazy.
Come a long way. I'm so grateful that you asked me to be a part of this. It has been the highlight since Single de Mayo when we debuted.
Man, I've
That's
truly...
my birthday.
Oh shit, turn up. So
this is perfect.
So I truly appreciated you being on. Being my co-host. You've definitely been inspiration. Definitely love having you on. Love you. Definitely love all the guests that we've had. You know, it's been a huge support to us. And damn, like it's the end. That's
I know.
Weird to think about.
It is weird to think about. And we're wrapping up the season with 2 dope ass guests. So if y'all listened to us last week, we had the owner of the Vibrary on, Candace. She has returned to do our last relationships or not episode. And if y'all have been following us, y'all know this is one of our most raunchiest episodes. So of course, buckle up. We have another guest, Noble, on. He was on with Ferris earlier for their man cave episode. So y'all, all I gotta say is buckle up because we in here, season 1 finale.
Put on your condoms. Put on your condoms.
Jesus.
Put on a condom. About to get what?
All of that.
All that shit. So we're gonna talk about Blase. Noble, you were talking about like a new video with J. Cole and somebody coming out, burning clothes and
shit. Yeah. It's Joyner Lucas, J. Cole just dropped Friday, and it's pretty much in the music video, old girls going ham sandwich on the house. Like, and both of them are talking about, I guess, the side of the fuck nigga and the motherfucker that's trying to do the girl right. So she's kind of venting per se, burning his clothes, throwing gasoline on everything, breaking the windows of the car. He just did a little,
Damn, man, you touched my baby, my car?
Yeah,
we got issues. We got problems.
He probably did a little more than that. Because we just not out here burning shit just to be burning it. He doing something. So tell the whole story. What'd he do?
Well, in the video, my man is, sleeping around. And,
I'm surprised she ain't burned him.
All right.
I think, when it comes to a relationship, and this is kind of my policy, once you get to that point where you're physically and mentally in that danger zone, you should just take yourself out of it. Like, some people try to stay in it and they're like, I want to make this work. We're going to get married. We're going to be a couple for fucking ever. That shit ain't real. Like, goddamn it, you got to work at that shit.
See, but that's the difference between maturity and immaturity.
Exactly.
Of course, if you're in a relationship, you're going to hold this person down. Like, yeah, you're not going to give in to temptation. But, a lot of motherfuckers do. A lot of motherfuckers are out here just like, oh, well, the next thing coming by, like, I'm going to roll with that. And I mean, we've touched on this on plenty other episodes where it's like, I feel like men and women they'll be with someone who, to the outside world, you're like, damn, you got you a good one. You need to hold that down. You need to put a ring on it, or you need to hope he proposes to you, right? But they're still out there looking for that next shiny thing.
Yeah.
Right, like that better.
That something better. And it's like, a relationship isn't all flowers, roses, and happiness all the time.
Yeah.
It should be in a perfect world, but it's not. You have to work at it, just like you work at your craft, right? And you should hold your relationship as a high regard like that, just like you would. I feel like it goes like your relationship with God and then your relationship with your spouse / family, right? And then everything else falls to the wayside. Whatever else is under that, that's what's under that.
Okay, so you said something that's very dangerous here. And,
okay, go ahead.
I'm about to address this right now.
Go ahead.
A lot of people going to get really mad.
Go ahead.
So the relationship with God. A lot of women nowadays that I've been running into that have been, let's just say, creative individuals in the past. Now
it sounds like they were hope. What you trying to say?
That was very eloquent.
Use a word like that, but
very eloquent way of saying that.
They have
been, I'm like, oh, sis doing artwork.
They have been crafty, connoisseurs, and now they're the best Jesus worshiping, kneeling down before your God and changing their lives. I don't think, me personally, when a woman says, and I know her, that she's like following the path of Jesus Christ, that just means now I'm going to try to be a little bit less of a hoe. I'm going to try to, raise my standards. So
let someone like that.
Man, he came in with the fireworks.
So
huh?
I'm trying to tell you, okay, friend.
He woke up and chose violence.
He chose violence, Candace, on purpose, girl.
He chose Malcolm today.
I'd rather
let's do it. Malcolm. All right, Malcolm, let's do it. So you said if you had a lady that had a colorful past and she has since decided that God will now be leading the way, you don't like that?
No, hell no.
That's not like growth to me.
No, I want you to be that dirty, disgusting, deceiving ass, nasty hoe you've always been. But I want you to
having connection
be
issues.
real.
I am done. I'm done.
But it's the truth, though.
So people can't change their minds or their lives. They got to stay the same forever.
Noble said they got to stay in the gutter.
You just got to reframe and home in on that skill. Because it's like, look at it like this. And this is
this your friend?
This is real though. This is a bit.
Hey man, I gotta let everyone is entitled to their opinion on this, even though if chopping it up doesn't fully disclose or agree to whatever the hell they're talking about. I gotta let my man talk. Disclaimer, yes.
There's a big picture.
There's a whole independent out here.
There's a big picture though, because look at it like this. All right, so take a relationship in terms of a business. If you have your relationship and you guys, you meet each other in infatuation, you got to build that foundation. You look at a lot of these couples that are like 35, 40 years deep in a relationship. Mm-hmm. They have not been together all 40 years of those relationship years. They have had fallouts. They've probably had somebody cheat. They've probably had miscarriages, drug use, abuse, rehab, all this type of shit.
Okay.
What do you mean
miscarriages have to do with? I'm trying to follow.
Only reason. All right, so this is why I say these traumatic things.
What you drinking on?
These traumatic things challenge relationships, and a lot of people nowadays, when they become faced with these traumatic challenges, they don't know how to respond. And how they respond to these traumatic things is I have to either find something new, I have to either cause domestic abuse, or I have to do something that's not healthy for a relationship. When the thing is, all you have to do is just separate and maybe grow, work on yourself, and maybe that's going to bring you back together. Because a lot of things, kind of like I'm hearing this from a lot of people, is I'm not happy with this person. I'm not happy with myself. I hate myself. This person makes me hate me. When it's in actuality, when you met each other, you were working on yourself. You guys met each other when you were at your peak, your point. You felt good. You walked out the house. You had your hair done, nails done, all this.
Everything
did.
Everything. But now you're together, you kind of slack a little bit. And I'm a man, I do it too. I may not brush my teeth in the morning till 12. I might not put on my flyest shoes. Who gives a fuck? But the thing is, when I start remembering this shit and I start paying attention to it, that's when you get that confidence back. And you don't feel like that other person's like, they breaking my heart fucking with me tight.
No, you have to be happy by yourself. So if you're not happy with yourself, you're definitely not going to be happy with someone else. And if you choose to allow someone else to be the source of your happiness, if and when this person decides to leave, where does your happiness go? So it's an internal job. Like, I agree with what you're saying as far as people need to work on themselves so that they can be productive parts of relationships. But a lot of people just need to work on themselves before they even get in a relationship.
Definitely. Don't get into a relationship to work on yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that. Unload baggage.
But also, I would say, going back to what you were saying earlier, Noble, if a couple is married and they experience all of those stressful events on a marriage, I would hope they would be able to move through them together because they are married and have agreed to be committed to each other. Now, if something happens where they can't do it together, and they have to separate and do their own processing and stuff, that makes sense. But I would hope, those things wouldn't be the cause of the separation, right? That they would be able to grow in that moment together.
Yeah. That's strong. That's true. And a lot of the things, so this dude I talked to yesterday, I ran into him, and you're going to be like, why does this fit into this? He told me, little black kid I'm talking to, great job, excellent, lavish life. He's even gloating about it. So he's like, I come from a family that's together. My mom is there. My dad was there. They raised me properly. So when two relationships come together, what if you have that dynamic in a home where, the father wasn't there on the male side? And let's just say the wife comes in and her whole entire family's together. I feel like the relationship has to be understanding of those two different dynamics as well. Because me personally, I have never seen a married couple in my family ever. If I recall, I'm the first one to get married. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But the only thing I do know is I know that what her emotions need to feel like for the most part. And I got to care about my kids, and I want my family to flourish in the future. But outside of that, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And a lot of males going into this shit don't know what they're doing.
See, I feel like what they're doing. Exactly. I feel like it's just like having children. You didn't know what the hell you was doing when you had your first kid, right? Like you could watch 1 million documentaries on this is how childbirth is and this is how you have a kid. But at the end of the day, it's like until you actually experience it, you don't know what the hell you're doing. You're going with ebb and flow, right? Yeah. And just like a marriage, like I said, once again, a relationship is not always roses, happiness, flowers, whatever. You always have to work at it. So, I mean, with that being said, I hear what you're saying, bro. I'm trying to follow along, man. But
no, boy.
Yeah, that original statement. If you started off a hoe, don't change your mind. That's what we're not understanding. We understand this other stuff you're saying, right? This other part, we're not getting that.
But it's
playing. So yeah, and also like. Each relationship is different. So like what works for one couple isn't going to work for another couple, isn't going to work for a third couple. So I think that the statement of like, nobody knows what they're doing in terms of like being with another person and relationship and stuff is like true, because this person is different than you are. So you have to find your own ebb and flow, right? And I think that's where, people seek advice from like, sometimes seek advice from other couples. That couple is giving advice for worked for them, but that might not work for you, right? And then if it doesn't work this one way, then, our relationship failed. And it's like, no, find what works for you.
So based on what you said, Chartel, quick question.
Yes.
Because I'm a firm believer of, man, you just got to roll with the punches as you're in a relationship.
Cancer.
Yeah,
yes,
you can listen to or take advice from some people, but some people aren't even in a relationship that are trying to give advice, right?
Oh, those are the people that are giving advice.
No, but check this out. Some people are in a marriage that's failing that tries to give you advice, right?
Oh, for sure.
So as a therapist, like, oh, my bad, I'm putting your whole
business
out there, but as some, like, from what you've seen, like, what do you think is the best route to go with that? Because I feel like people are always listening to outside influences and let that dictate their actual relationship instead of just living in their relationship and working it out with that other person. Like, if I'm over here in a relationship with, just say I'm with you, Chartel, and then I'm listening to what the hell Noble's talking about. Like,
please
that
don't listen to what Noble's talking about.
Then that might, what I'm saying? That might ruin everything that we talking about, because I'm over here like, oh, well, Noble said X, Y, and Z, and you like, bro, but you didn't express none of that with me, right?
Right. I going out with Noble, we breaking up.
Whoa, hold on.
Noble's like, hold on now, I got some gems. He's like, I got some gems.
I've saved many people.
But anyway.
I tell clients though, I literally tell clients, talk to the person you are in a relationship with, right? Because the other people aren't in relationships with you. Your flags aren't someone else's flags. Like someone will, may say, oh, infidelity for me that's the deal breaker. That's the red flag. I'm not going to do it. But what if it's not a deal breaker for you? What if you feel like you can work it out with you and your spouse? Do that part. Don't make someone else's criteria, your criteria. So I tell my clients all the time, I was like, y'all need to start engaging in, I call it transparent thinking. Say what is on your mind, because your partner isn't a mind reader. And if you're being transparent with your friends and family, but not with your partner, how be in a relationship with your friends and family then? Because they know what's going on. Your partner doesn't, but that's who you are building a life with. Okay. I'm shocked at the amount of people that aren't talking to the people they're in relationships with.
So you saying transparency. Here's a lot of transparency, and this is
I'm ready.
When you start delivering certain truths to, let's say, your significant other, some people cannot handle that.
But are you being kind, or are you attacking their character? There's this thing of kind there. So that's it too. I'm not going to come at you, Noble, and be like, so attacking someone's character is like rude, and it's not fighting fairly. Yeah. Like you need to do this if you want this relationship to work. You ain't doing this. You sleep all fucking day. Like, go get a fucking job, this and that, right? That's not fighting fairly. What I'm talking about is saying, hey, I'm having trouble with how long you have gone without a job. How can we make sure we get you, like, how can we do this together? This is what is affecting me. How can we work through it together? Look, there's that partnership, right? I'm not attacking you, calling you lazy, fix it, or we about to like get divorced and stuff. That's not what I'm talking about.
Hey, real quick, can I touch on something real quick?
Yes.
Another thing that turns me off immediately about advice from other people: direct your criticism at me, right? Mm-hmm. As soon as you direct it at my significant other, I'm already cutting you out. Like, man, you shouldn't date or I'm automatically cutting you out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now say, hey, man, you need to step up and start doing X, Y, and Z. Cool, I can deal with that. That's something I can work on. Yeah. But when you direct it at someone that I'm talking to, I'm automatically going to cut you out, because it's like.
That brings me to something. I may bring this back for Exhausted. I want Black men to start holding each other accountable. And to start advice, right?
Yes.
Yes. I talked about this on another show before, or I might have talked about it with Amber and Brittany, her husband. But it was them, because so my problem is y'all, and not y'all, right? I'm just saying y'all in general. Mm-hmm. Y'all, these Black men out here listening to J. Cole and Lil Nas X and Jeezy and all this shit. Some be single, did this and that, blah, 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 all this stuff. So y'all out here living that life, but they going home to their partners, right? And you are the one in a relationship, and you going to your boys, you're like, oh yeah, we struggling this. And your boy's like, dump that bitch, like, fuck that hoe, da-da-da-da-da. Why aren't y'all like saying to each other, well, let's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, let's help you keep this relationship, because that's what's important. Y'all out here all trying to be single together. Now look at you, crazy.
That's not necessarily true, because, hey, look at it this way. A lot of women out here aren't keeping each other accountable as well. Because the reason why I say that is you'll have, I'm just going to deep dive into my own marriage here.
I'm ready for it. Go, friend.
In my own marriage, I love my wife.
Don't get in trouble.
No. She knows. And this is the difference. I can say this because I keep it 100 and nasty ass % with her. So literally, her friends.
Nasty is at least 15% above 100. Just letting you know, it's 115.
Hilarious.
So I tell her that she has got to have a supportive circle around her, because a lot of the women that are around her are not the most positive individuals. I'm not going to go into their, endeavors, because that's not my goddamn business. But pretty much, I feel like the surrounding circle on both sides of the party, may it be woman or man, you need to have a surrounding circle that's going to keep your fucking head in the game, just like a fucking football game.
I totally agree. And
that's true. Yeah.
That makes me think, when people are coming up with like wedding parties, and like, if you are at my wedding, that's where your head needs to be, right? It needs to be keeping us together as a couple, holding like me accountable, holding my husband accountable. But that's it, right? Like, I don't want y'all just at my wedding because y'all look good, y'all my friends and this and that. Because when I am going through it, that's what I want. I want, all right, Chartel, let's take it back. Let's think about it. what kind of
why did you want to be with him anyway?
Exactly.
Let's go back to the beginning instead of just thinking about all the bad stuff.
Right. Instead of, well, remember he did this, girl, and he did this too when y'all was dating, girl. You know what? I don't know, child. A year in, you might can still annul it. Like, let's just see. Come on and go with me, girl. Like, I don't need none of that. Yeah, I want you to be like, nah, girl. Like, let's figure out how to keep y'all together because relationships are hard. Let's figure it out. So yeah, I agree. You do need a supportive circle around you that supports you like individually, but also you as a couple.
With that being said, it's not like women don't see these tendencies. It's just like dudes. When you see a dude coming up to you, and let's just say he's got the freshest fit going on, shining and glistening, if you will, and he comes up to you and he's talking to you all smooth player. Don't expect, if you already see these red signs, to be like, oh, he's going to change for me. And that's why I think a lot of people get this shit twisted is, she's going to change from being a stripper to being a housewife to he's going to be stopping, it's talking to his girlfriends on the side and shit.
Why can't he find Jesus?
Well, people don't change for other people anyway. They change for themselves. And people can change.
Right.
I mean, it's true. I ain't trying to be like, I'm just saying, people don't even change for the Lord, man. Sure.
They're not gonna. And that's the thing. A lot of people are delusional, thinking that their love is enough. Your love is never going to be enough. That's a fake, fictitious movie made by Tyler Perry.
That's funny.
But why you have to name the producer?
Right.
I know, right? Like, Tyler Perry been through it. Okay? Apparently, he paying people to style them wigs wrong, so he going through his own stuff. So
what?
He paying folks money to make people look crazy. It was all on the shade room. Yeah.
I understand.
So he going through his own. He going through his own trouble. But we're not in the business of changing folks. Like, we're not doing it. I think about
change because you want to.
You change because you want to, right? Because if you change for other people, you'll never find satisfaction because they're gonna want you to do something different every step of the way. And then look at you burning people's clothes, shitting in shoes.
Well, I must say this escalated quickly.
That's what the video was doing. He said that's what they were doing in the video. That's how we started off.
She shat in the shoes, bro.
Man.
Oh man, that's extreme.
That's disrespectful.
I don't want to see the video.
It sounds extreme. J. Cole. Ooh, I like J. Cole though. He married too with a kid, I think.
No, he's not married. He's together.
Oh, he just has the kid?
Yeah, he is together, and he also went through his endeavors that he admitted to, which is a big thing. If you can admit to, babe, I accidentally, grabbed this chick's ass type.
Right. You need to use different words, Noble.
I accidentally slipped and fell in this girl, you know what I'm saying? And she got pregnant, but, I apologize, baby. I apologize.
I told you.
But thinking of that, though, admitting to mistakes, maybe, what do y'all think about, and I'm saying y'all, but maybe I'm looking right at you, Candace, about Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, right? So before they had their baby, Dwayne had a baby with someone else while they were still together.
Oh, yeah. I remember. Oh, didn't she mention something recently about if she was who she was back then, they wouldn't be together?
That's what she said, yeah, in her book. And I'm just like, I'm not in the bit. I guess I'm kind of in the business of judging people, but I don't know. I was like reading. I was like, ain't no fucking way you gonna have a baby with somebody else, and I'm struggling to conceive. But again, okay, and I'm struggling to conceive, and I'm gonna choose to be with you and still have a baby. Ain't no fucking way. But again, my flags aren't someone else's flags. So for Gabby, that seems to have not been a deal breaker. But for me, I would have been like, you got me fucked up, and I am going to light all your shit on fire. And I'm probably going to light you on fire too.
Okay, so I was with you up until we got to that part.
It's the violence. You talk about emotional regulation. I got to work on it, girl. But
yeah, that's not a thing that I think that I am strong enough to endure. That's other people's lanes, that not mine. But I do feel like I appreciate the fact that she said if she was who she was today, which acknowledges the growth and the things that she has learned and about herself and just in general that she wouldn't have dealt with it. But I mean, everybody's journey is their journey. So if we believe that, then they're supposed to be together and they were supposed to go through that so that she could get to where she is and be her highest self.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I would be able to participate in that.
I don't think so either. That's definitely not my lane either. I would have been like, we are.
So, ladies, can I layer your question then? Because this is kind of
I'm here for this.
It can go hand in hand. Do you two believe that you can love two people at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then that's.
But I don't think you love them in the same way.
Oh,
I love them,
no.
but in different ways.
Yeah.
In a minute, because I know Chartel, you can get long-winded. Can you explain what you mean?
Come for me on this episode.
Long-winded, okay.
I do get a little chatty. In a minute, do what?
Just explain what you mean by that. How you can love two people at the same time, but it's different ways.
So I'm assuming we're talking about romantic love, right?
Correct.
Yes. Yep.
So yes, I can love you, like love the things about you, but not be in love with you in a way that makes me want to pursue a relationship, right? I can love you, but also recognize that it might not work with us, right?
Okay.
I can also love another person. Like, I love these qualities about you that complement my qualities and makes me maybe love you deeper.
Okay.
Loves you differently, loves you in a way that makes me choose you and to continue to choose you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I think when we love people, we don't love people in the same way.
No.
Yeah, I think the intensity of it changes. I think the history of it, the nostalgia you may feel from the previous person and whatnot. But I think that at some point, your focus does end up on one person versus it being split, unless you're not being vulnerable enough with yourself or with the other person to really truly trust and respect and love the other person.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Only reason why I ask is because, and I'm not trying to justify anything that he's done. Wade, I don't know the man, but he helped the king get to the championship. But other than that, the only reason why I say is because maybe he loves Gabrielle. Like, that's his soul partner, and he knows that. But at the time, while they were going through the infertility issues, he probably, through the support of someone else, ended up falling in love with that person as well. And that's where that baby was conceived.
So quick question, because I don't follow NBA like that. Yeah. Was that Dwayne's, before Gabrielle Union, was that his first child? Because I can wholeheartedly.
Dwayne got like 6 kids.
Yeah, he's got a lot of kids.
But was that his... Okay, so that wasn't his first child then before. Okay.
So.
No, he and Gabrielle have one child together, but he fathered this other kid. If I'm being honest, I don't know him either. And again, I'm just judging and just talking shit. But I think what happened is he probably was getting frustrated with the infertility issue. Had a whole weak moment. I don't think he loved. I mean, I don't know. He may have loved her.
I mean, kids aren't always made out of love. That's true.
It could be made because y'all don't know about biology. I think what happened is he probably got wasted, was talking to some heifer, and then was like, yeah, let's fuck. And then boom, a kid showed up.
Damn.
He probably went back to Gabrielle, probably felt some kind of way about cheating anyway. And then a baby showed up later. That's what I think. I think he was just weak. I do.
I agree.
And here comes the shit in the shoes.
That's it. And it sounds like Gabrielle chose to be with him, which, again...
So maybe she did shit in the shoes, but then she cleaned it out when she made the choice to be with him again.
Because we can clean up our messes too.
Yeah, sometimes.
I can burn your house down and help you clear the ashes.
Be like, who the hell burnt your house down?
Right. Let me go get the fire.
What happened here?
No, that could be it. She could shine the shoes and then decided this is it. I'm a stick beside this man. Let me clean this shoe out so we can build a home. And
I'm a Febreze too, so the leftover smell is not there.
It's not there. Yep.
Yeah,
get a little. What is it like? What are some of the scents? like clean scent or whatever, right? Let me spread a little bit.
Fresh linen.
Fresh linen, that's it. Yeah. Let me
Hey, I'm gonna know some shit's going on if it smells like fresh linen in here. Right. That's a dead ass giveaway. Like, who the fuck is washing laundry in this bitch at this time right now?
Let me spray it up so no one knows.
Hell no.
I read her first book. I might read this one. I read her first book, Pour Me Some Wine or Some Wine. Well, we're going to need more wine. I appreciated that book, and I'll probably read this one. What I liked about the first book was that she was raw and honest, and it felt relatable too, in a way. I was also reading someone else's book that was not relatable. So when I read Gabrielle's, I was like, and it was Audible. So when I listened to it, I was like, okay, this feels more relatable. But yeah, in this book, this is where she like divulged all of this, was really honest with Dwayne's infidelity. I consider it infidelity. Ain't no way we're gonna be going through something tough and you're gonna slip out on me. And then, I don't even know if he I feel like I read he gave up like parental rights to the kid and stuff. So I don't even think that kid is in their lives.
Wow.
I'm pretty confident in saying that I don't think it is.
Wow.
That's another issue.
That's
right?
tough. That's tough.
Don't quote me, but I don't think that child is in their lives. I think that's what I kind of read in the blurb when she kind of talked about that.
Maybe
part.
that was a compromise.
It could have been.
Maybe I'll be with you, but this child can't be around because it will remind me of what you did.
That's not fair, though.
Yeah, that's
not
not
right.
I feel bad for that child, man.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the thing is she can set a boundary. He doesn't have to accept it.
But she can set it, right? And it sounds like he may have accepted.
So she could have made that offer, and he did not have to agree.
Mm.
That's it too.
So for it not to be right, it's not right for both of them.
That's right.
I think children...
He could have chosen to do something different.
Children should not be ever used as pawns in adults' warfare. They should always be vessels that get love no matter what, because they didn't choose to be in this motherfucker. Like literally.
Agreed. But adults have different ideas, right?
Yeah.
So they do lots of things. You probably wish would. Right. But yeah, I thought about that. And yeah, ain't no way you would pull that on me and think I'm about to still be with you. Bye. But again,
so
not my lane.
I don't know, crazy. Chartel, is there any like juicy relationship questions you want to ask either guest?
Ooh,
oh Lord,
that's a good one. Okay.
What did y'all say? I don't think I can hear you.
My service is cut out.
Connection issues. This is it. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Honestly, I think this is my question. Best sex that y'all have had.
Jesus.
Could be relationship sex, one night stand sex, just best steamy sexual experience. If it makes y'all feel better, I can talk about mine.
You got Noble who's married, so he's probably just like
we can be just
like, I ain't saying nothing.
Right, Noble gone. So I'll start us off.
Left the chat.
So, I was out.
This must be recent. She's super happy right now.
Huh?
She gave
must be recent. She's super happy.
Karaoke.
I was at karaoke,
I was out living my best life, just being out, and met this super dope guy, and we were a little naughty in the bathroom, and had never done that before, and it was like bomb and fuck.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you go to church after?
That's as specific as I'll be. That's it.
Did you go to church?
Noble, your turn.
Damn, call me out right after.
Make it plain, because you've been talking crazy. I'm gonna make it plain.
All right. I'm gonna keep this as PG as possible. I'd have to say the best sex I ever had was when I made my youngest son.
Get out of here.
The reason for being is because there was. I'm gonna give you the setting, and y'all gonna think, what the fuck is going on here? So I had just moved. I had just moved back from California. I lived out in California for a little while. Me and my wife, we were in a long distance relationship. And as soon as we moved back, I didn't have really too much of shit. Moved back in with the parents. We were sleeping on couch cushions in the living room. Yeah. watching movies every single night, going to bed, and then, we get a little freaky.
Dang it.
So,
In the parents' house, huh?
Yeah, sorry, Ma, but,
So I thought I heard something down there.
A long time ago.
Yeah, I'd hit the
I thought
little...
y'all was watching a scary movie down there, all the screaming.
Yeah, turn the AC on in the wintertime and shit. But the only reason why I say is because it's the companionship and partnership where our heads were purely in the game, that we have to work together to get a home, to raise these kids, to get everything where it needs to be. And that, to me, was what just, kind of put it over the top. Like that mental, physical, emotional connection, because I can't fuck with you if you may be fine, big titties, big ass, but if you stupid as hell.
But you following Jesus.
Yeah. but that's nothing if you can't get all that other to align. It all has to align to make, a real orgasm happen. And you also have to be talking to each other. Tell them, oh, yeah, I like when, you lick my balls type. I like when, you put your tongue deep inside the veg type. It's got to be a real communication. It's got to be communication, because you can't expect somebody to hit your spots and to really have the best sex if you ain't really talking about what best sex is to you. She's dead over there.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that. Free.
Yeah.
Especially the tongue.
I will agree. I will not go into any details. I will agree that it is very much so about the communication and the willingness to give. I have run into some selfish people, and when people are not selfish, that's when it's the best.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mhm.
That's very true.
Y'all not gonna get me.
I second y'all.
Sometimes
Y'all
you
not
gotta
gonna
lick
get-
the
No,
butt.
you better talk, Ferris.
Look, I'm the moderator today, like you be doing.
Oh,
I
okay.
plead the fifth.
No, I'm giving up my moderator role.
Well,
Get out of here. Oh, Noble. That's okay, friend.
I know
Ferris, your
you
turn.
didn't see
Ask
it coming,
question,
did you? You didn't see it coming. You thought it was going to be like, man, I busted this chick down at a Metro Transit bus stop.
God damn.
She didn't have
Yeah.
the right.
sounds like a personal experience, though, too.
I gotta be honest. I did think that. I did, but like you've done for the past, almost hour, you have surprised me. Yes. Your turn, Ferris. Ask a question.
Ooh, I wasn't prepared.
Okay, Mr. Moderator.
I don't
After
know.
three people have already said something, you weren't prepared,
don't be
sir.
coming
Welcome
at,
to the
don't be
show,
coming at
Ferris.
me. Shit, I'm just chilling, and I had to take in the last couple things that I heard from y'all. So I'm just sitting back, just like digesting, right? But okay, so this is gonna be off topic in a way, right? So for y'all, all right. So for y'all, right?
Serious.
What's like the worst? Because you're married now, Noble.
Hey,
I'm
still
speaking
gonna keep it
straight to
real.
Noble.
Yeah.
What is the biggest like dating nightmare, or like significant other that you've dated nightmare that you've had?
Ooh, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Man, openly speaking, and everybody know about this. I dated this chick that was she was a manager when I was a manager at the Mall America. I thought she was gonna be the baddest motherfucker in the world. She was even older than me. I think I was 21 at the time, and she was, I believe, 30.
You said you were 21?
Yeah, I was 21.
I heard that.
And I was always told growing up, man, older women got it together. They're gonna, they got it together. As long as you smart and you pushing, you got your shit together, everything's gonna work. I fucked around, met this chick, dog, and she ended up turning into the biggest drug addict, meth head, coked out, all type of fucked up shit that has ever been seen under the sun. And with that, I learned a lot.
I bet.
But at the same time, that type of shit is like, things you might want to disclose before a nigga goes deep diving into the, the vag. Yeah, if you will.
Did she steal any of your belongings to support the addiction?
Yeah, it got pretty. So I was dumb enough to actually try to stay in the relationship and try to help her with rehab, and we ended up moving down to Texas and shit like that. Bought a house. I bought her a car, all this type of shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I was always taught to value the woman you with, even if they're a fucking fuck up. So literally, with that, she kind of fucked up so much to where she crashed the car, fucked her life up. Ended up, I left all my shit down there. Literally, it got so bad where I'm not the type to argue. I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna belittle you. I'm just gonna walk the fuck out the door, and you ain't never gonna find me again. And that's exactly what I did, because I was like, I ain't dealing with this shit.
Right.
You can have it all. You can have everything. The goddamn cat, all of that shit. The last box of macaroni and cheese in the motherfucking cabinet.
They make more crap.
I'm not dealing with it. So that was the worst, but I learned a lot.
Wow, mine is nowhere near that. Mine is just a dude showed up late to a date because he was in the food stamp line.
Hey, he was thinking about the future. He was thinking about the future. He was like, you did it.
That was just fine. So, yep. All right, you take the cake.
Man.
No, Candace, you got
these
one.
damn stories, man. I tell you.
Oh, I don't.
Oh my God.
I have nothing. I have nothing.
Yeah,
no.
right.
Candace is like, I don't know what the hell I got myself into.
Right.
Man.
She said phone die.
I need to go back to work. She's like, I ain't got to work today. I'm going into work.
Right.
Y'all done stress me out.
Yes,
I'm definitely going to taste some wine today, so that's a part of my job.
Right.
Hey,
There's, what about yours? You've had
Man,
some.
I got a crazy story.
Yeah.
I've never told many people this story. All right, so it was one of the few one-night stands I've had. Okay. I'm just setting the table. So one of my homies hit me up, and he's like, hey, man, I got 2 girls. We're about to go out. Like, can we come pregame at your house, and we're going to go downtown? Bet, let's do it. You know what I'm talking about. I'll tell you after the show. So we end up heading down. We hang out. Like, the girl that I'm supposed to talk to, like, she's cute, whatever. Attractive woman. They're roommates, right? So we're out having fun, hanging out downtown, whatever. The night comes to a close. We come back to their spot. Okay? Once again, the girl spot. They're roommates. So my homie is driving. So he's like, hey, I'm going to take the one I'm talking to back home. Cool. So I'm like, oh, we got the house to ourselves, right? It's going to be one of them type of nights. Bro, tell me why I get in there. I get into her room. She turned on some. It ain't even Netflix back then. I'm 21. Netflix ain't even thought of. Bro, she turned on the TV, put in a movie. Now there's 2 twin beds in a room. One red flag, right? I'm like, what the fuck? You got 2 twin beds in the goddamn room, right? It's just you, right? Bro, now we've been gone from 9 p.m. until 2 a.m. Okay? We get into the room. Her son's in the other bed.
No,
it gets worse.
Oh no.
No, it gets worse.
Oh,
It gets worse. We might get cancer.
In outer space now. I'm in outer space.
Oh, no, you literally in outer space. I see that.
I just left.
No. Check this out. So there's no babysitter. We've been gone.
What the
damn near 5-6 hours. Okay.
Dear God.
We get back.
The comments.
I'm looking at the camera. We get back, dog. Okay. She's like, hey, just go make yourself, go relax. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm gonna freshen up. I'm gonna come kick it.
No.
We put on some goddamn movie, man. Lil man's in the bed next to us. Right? She starts to try to do some stuff. Lil man is in the bed, bro. What? Next to us. Okay? So I'm over here like, bro, your son's over here. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. She pulls the cover over her little man's head.
What the fuck?
I was like, dude, look, I don't know what y'all got going on here, but
God.
I gotta go, man. I was like, this is too much. Like, little man's been left here. I would say, honestly, this sounds so bad, but it ain't my child. I still feel bad for the child, but I would say little man was probably like 5.
Damn.
Stop.
I kid you not.
That's terrible.
So we end up.
What's the statute of limitations on like child services cases?
I'm trying to say.
Hey, you can call right now. Shoot, I know exactly who the person is.
I'm not about to.
So yeah, as soon as she was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna put the cover over dude's head," I'm like, "Look, I'm done." I'm like, calling it a night. I'm out.
Here's the worst.
This is ridiculous because let the roles been reversed. Let that have been my daughter, my son, at the house since 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. We come back home. You see, I got 2 twin beds. I got my daughter or son in the next bed, and I'm still trying to do whatever. Now, there was no babysitter. I'm trying to get with you. And like, come on, man.
Pulling the covers up over their head.
Just pulling the covers up everybody's head.
Dumpster juice.
So
like all of the juices that can't go together at the bottom of the dumpster.
Man.
But you went to church the next day, right?
Man. I had to go to church Sunday, Wednesday for Bible study. I went Friday. Man, that was wild. And the crazy thing is, as soon as I moved back to Minnesota and I wasn't with insert name, my ex, like this person hit me up. Now she got 3 more kids. She only had 1 then, right? So she had 3 more, and she's trying to hit me up like, "Hey, we should hang out." Blah 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 blah. Like, and it was funny because, man, Chartel, I swear to God, I posted something on Snapchat because she's Snapchat friends with me. I posted something on Snapchat about the podcast. And she, like, ever since then, she's like, "Man, I listen to your podcast. Like, I want to, we should hang out." I'm like, "Nah,
because you keep saying you single."
I'm like, no.
Dog.
Yeah, so that's like probably the biggest nightmare. And I told Chartel, and I'll tell y'all to listen to, I don't remember what episode it was when I told about the one with Shorty.
The domestic abuser.
The domestic abuser, but
yeah,
that was the biggest nightmare I've ever dealt with.
Wow. Bro, here's the worst
part. So now when like twin bed Tony watches this podcast.
Not twin bed Tony.
She's going to know.
Hey, it is what it is.
And we're dragging her.
Oh, no.
You haven't been responding.
Okay, so be real though, Candace. Is this really dragging someone or is this the truth? It's the truth. This is literally happening. I'm telling it what happened.
It's very much so the truth. Very unfortunate for the child and children that have come since. Hopefully she has changed her life though, Noble, because people can change their lives.
She's praying every single
heard
Sunday
the word
on
of
her
God
knees.
at one of those services.
Every day.
Man.
Every day. Worst part is if the son, all right, so this is my question to follow that. When she put the blanket over little man's head, did he move or did he just take it?
Man, look, Buddy's eyes was open. He was watching the damn movie. Like he was watching.
Immune to the shit, so she does this.
Oh,
that was another reason.
So he needs therapy.
That was another reason. He
needs therapy.
Wow.
Because he's gonna have flashbacks like insecurities with women or something, or insecurities
he
just in
needs
general.
Therapy now.
So
that's.
I was like, oh my! I'm like, bro, I was just like. So the craziest thing out of the whole situation is I was more upset with my buddy who was like, bro, like, come hang out with these girls. And I'm like, bro, you put me in a trap. Because the funny thing is I know, okay, so she ended up meeting someone else. This is like, I don't know how long after, but she ended up meeting someone else. All the children are with this next guy. So the next 3 are with the guy that she's with now.
Wow.
But it's just like, how many other individuals came into that same situation and who just would have said, fuck it. All right, put the cover over his head, whatever. And did whatever they did.
This nigga that has 3 kids. Yeah, right. he probably
more than you think.
I'm not talking shit about my guy, but damn.
I was like, man, you stone cold out here.
Right.
You're stone cold.
So, I think I'll kick off exhausted by saying I am exhausted with trash parents.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted with trash parents.
Yeah.
Because those trash parents will put their kids in therapy thinking their kids are the problem.
Yeah.
And very rarely are they.
So
I want to have that conversation where I'm saying, oh, now we need to change the dynamics and talk about some changes you need to do. Then I'm the problem and then you can pull my therapy. Okay, fine, child.
And I got one last thing to add to that.
Do you?
then I was getting dragged because they were like, man, but you still didn't do nothing with her?
No,
motherfucker.
I did
Who
the
is
right
dragging
thing.
you about
Man.
that?
My homie
Wow.
that came, or quote unquote, my friend.
She's still your friend?
I was about to say, I hope not.
And then other individuals that were like, I told the story about them, like, but you didn't beat though? No.
Them the ones that's having sex with her with a kid in the bed.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
One.
Right. So anyway.
They're not your friends no more.
So yes. Trash parents. I definitely agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Either Noble or Candace, one of you guys can go with y'all exhausted. Hey, and for listeners, I had to leave y'all with a real nightmare for the final one, but I mean, it's
I'm
true.
I'm
telling you, this is a true story. I'm not making this up.
Every bit of it.
I'm not making this up at all.
I believe it. Candace said you go Noble because she thinking because that's y'all dropped a lot.
As far as exhausted, this is kind of deep, and I should say,
Candace, like I ain't never coming to the show again. Goddamn, y'all.
Candace, I'm glad this is the finale. Never answers an
This is
email.
good.
Hey, Chartel hit up her Black Girl Social Club. She like, look, that number
Never
declined,
answers an
bro.
email again.
You have reached the voicemail box.
Right.
damn, the caller you have, the subscriber you have called.
But right?
Oh shit! No.
Emails coming back.
No, I think the most exhausted thing that I've been dealing with over, I should say, the past like 2 years is domestic cases. And reason for being is me and my wife, my brothers, we all kind of advocate for people that have been in domestic situations and relationships. They have skyrocketed like since this COVID has happened.
I bet.
And it's exhausting because of two things. And I'm going to kind of put all of the blame, and this goes hand in hand with what the ladies were just saying about male accountability. A lot of these males that are doing this, and, you know, this is just my idea, they are not raised properly by their parents. Mainly the male influence on them is lacking.
Right.
Because when they go into these relationships and they start talking shit to these women and abusing them mentally, physically, emotionally, you got to look back and check yourself. And it's like, you need to stop and really assess who you are as a man, because a lot of these dudes that are doing this, I hate to say it, they have some type of complex, or they have some type of abuse in their past, or they, I hate to say, are homosexual and don't want to admit it. With that being said, us as males, we got to get a little bit better at, if we hear this talk, or if we hear the signs of this shit, I guess, starting or anything like that, you need to check that motherfucker at the door. Because you can't be letting this woman, like, I know women are just as strong as men. I give it to them. I'll never berate a woman. But at the same time, a man has to understand his place in this world as a leader and a supporter, a lover, all these types of motherfucking roles. And I think that's spiraling out of control right now. And that's what's truly exhausting. So
I hear that.
I agree with that. My what's exhausting is not nearly as
deep,
intense. Sorry, not even trying to be the comedic relief.
No,
but I'm exhausted with myself and how much I Uber Eats. Because y'all, it's actually a problem. And I do understand. I try to give myself some grace because I am fairly busy. I don't have a lot of time to cook like I used to. But when you could fund a whole international village monthly with the amount of Uber Eats, like, ma'am, please go to the grocery store. So I'm exhausted with myself. And I'm hoping that October shines a better light on my decision making as far as that's concerned.
I feel that. That's all we can do is wish and hope. Yeah. I love it. That's too funny. Yes.
Y'all got a lot of good ass food down there. I was only in the airport. That's the closest I ever got to Atlanta is the airport.
Man, when I was living there, I can't even think of the name of the restaurant, but they had peach barbecue. I cannot think of the name.
Oh, I don't want to know. I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Man, it sounds gross. It sounds gross, but it was amazing.
Like I Google.
It was amazing.
I had to sign up. I had to redo my HelloFresh subscription because I was eating out so much. I was like, all right, Chartel, do some middle of the road. You might not be able to do it all. Coming up with the ideas and going to the store and all that. But do it halfway, girl.
Man, go to Kroger. But even one though, like, man, barbecue sauce is already savory and sweet though.
Don't go.
Wait, which one? Publix or Kroger? Which one is the Lunds Barleys of down there? Publix. Publix. Yeah,
Kroger got shot up, bro.
Man, I think Kroger.
No,
Kroger was one we were just talking about. No, we were literally just talking about Kroger a couple weeks ago in Memphis where they shot this man over some music. Yeah.
But no,
was he trying to give him the CD and it didn't sound good?
No. So Kroger hired a security guard who was an ex-cop for, unbeknownst to Kroger, was discharged years back, and the white man, and then the black man who moved from Chicago to Memphis was playing his music loud. The Kroger security guard approached him, told him to turn his music down. Of course, he was like, you're a security guard. Like, I'm in the parking lot. I'm not disrupting anyone. There's no noise ordinance or anything like that. Yeah. And then he shot him dead.
Damn.
Yeah.
But I also think somebody recently walked into a Kroger and shot up a bunch of people.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that. That's the one I didn't hear about that one. So,
Oh, Kroger, y'all better get it together.
Yeah, I gotta get it together, man.
Because this ain't it.
Man,
keeps going to Publix. There's what's exhausting you?
So I'm gonna piggyback off of the trash parents and not touch on the topic that I just brought up, the story, as well as how men kind of do the domestic situation. So one of my good friends is dating this girl. So my buddy has a little girl. My friend, he has a little girl, 2-year-old, adorable little girl. And then he started dating this girl who has 2 children, right? And the dad, her children's father, has been absent, right? But as soon as they start posting pictures on Facebook, now all of a sudden he want to show up at the house. He want to just be there saying, hey, I don't want any unknown man around my children just causing a scene. And it's like, bro, but you
can't be there because you unknown.
Exactly.
Right. They don't know you.
Exactly. Yeah. So you've been MIA and now all of a sudden you want to step up now.
Nope.
That really rubs me the wrong way because it's like I know my homie who's down for Alex. Yeah. You know Alex.
Yeah.
Who's man, he's taking care of his child. Who his baby mama isn't working, getting him for child support, living off of him. And then he's over here trying to step up for this woman and her kids. And so it's just man, the good guys can never win. And then the girl that he's talking to does not have that man on child support.
Wow.
So it's wow. It's just a sad situation. But that's what has me exhausted right now. Cause I just hate seeing that kind of situation. Luckily, I don't have kids right now, because I would, I'd be in jail dealing with something like that, man.
That's okay, friend. We would.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's about it. I mean, that's crazy. That's the end of the season, y'all.
I know. What an episode. Thank y'all again for being on. Noble, you might be worse than brother.
He up there with Lamar, huh?
But I appreciate your honesty, friend. I'm going to rethink my relationship with the church.
Yeah, yep. Find Jesus. He'll save you.
I know. Lord, coming for Jesus. So, yes, why don't we start with Noble, how can our listeners and viewers find you if you want to share your handles and stuff?
Yeah, you can find me on all social media and any streaming music site, Stealth Delta or Stealth Delta EV.
And Noble has some dope ass music. I will tell that, man. His shit is dope. Even Michael's nodding. Michael heard that shit a few weeks back, and so that man can spit.
Thank you.
Okay, well, of course, tag, and then Candace, how can we find you again, friend?
Yes, underscore the Vibrary on Instagram and on Facebook, the Vibrary Wine and Book Bar. Please follow, like, and share.
Will do. And y'all know how to find us across social media and where you get your podcast, Chopping It Up Official. This has been an amazing first season. Thanks to all of our guests,
Thank you so much,
and viewers. We can't wait to come back next year with season 2.
Yes.
And all right.
Thanks for having me. Yes. I enjoyed myself.
I appreciate y'all. Don't be scared away from coming back, Miss Candace.
Right.
Noble, Noble, keep it real. Keep it how you've been doing it. I know you may.
Yes.
No, just be you. Chartel, definitely always appreciate you. Michael, you've always been dope as hell. Definitely appreciate you being our producer. Want you to be our producer in season 2. Yep. Thank y'all for listening. It's been a fucking blast. Shout out from Minneapolis to Atlanta. It's been a blast.
A-Town here. Yes. Can't wait to see y'all for season 2. Bye.